Yo, 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 good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today is the day where we get the new set reveal of Legend of Runeterra Fate Voyage Beyond. Fate's Voyage Beyond. I can never remember the exact name. I am excited for this set. All the cards just got revealed. We have about 63 new cards. Yes, we do. And to avoid this video being over an hour long, let's just get right into it. Starting off with Morgana. So she has play, curse an enemy with shackles. Had a cough for a second there. That's so professional of me. So 5 mana, Targon Demacia. Lifesteal, play, curse an enemy with shackles twice. You've targeted units 8+ times with a 3/4 stat line. I'm not quite sure what curse does, but can I click her to find out what it does? Maybe. Soul Shackles deals shackles. While I'm in your hand, the cursed unit is immobile. Okay. So I'm guessing it puts this card into the opponent's hand, and they can break the curse by playing this card. So basically it costs them 2 mana to not have their unit be immobilized. I like that. And Soul Shackles deal 3 damage to cursed enemies. Morgana's spell is Morgana's Dark Bindings, of course. Stun an enemy and curse it with shackles, create a Morgana in your deck. And her leveled up version is, let me zoom out a little bit. Still 5 mana, Targon Demacia. Play, curse an enemy with shackles twice. Attack, curse the strongest enemy that isn't cursed with shackles. And deal 3 to cursed enemies and 2 to the enemy nexus. I'm guessing this is that. This is what it goes on the stack when that triggers. I'd say Morgana is looking quite strong, to be honest. Pretty much a control deck. Not really, well, Targon. Targon's usually control. My cat deciding that I don't give him enough attention, so he's going to be a lap cat during this video. Next we have Mihira Aspect Ascendant. So this is, because this Mihira before she entered her biblically accurate angel form? If so, I can see the resemblance to Kale. So 8 mana Targon, Overwhelm, play curse 2 enemies with shackles twice. So she visually looks like Kale, but has powers similar to Morgana. Interesting. We already covered Morgana's level 2. Up next we have Mordekaiser. 7 mana. Oh, it's another dual region. Shadow Isles, Noxus. 7 mana, 5/8. Play, kill up to 2 allies. When you slay another ally, revive it. That's pretty cool. 15+ allies have died. Allies with 5+ power count twice. Okay. I see a bit of synergy with Viego there, because they both want allies to die. And his level 2 is play, kill up to 2 allies. Whenever you slay an ally, revive it. Attack. For the rest of the game, when you slay a unit, drain 1 from the enemy nexus. Does that stack? If that stacks, and you end up getting to even 2, whenever you kill an ally, drain 4, we'll drain 2 if you've done it twice. So if this attack trigger can stack infinitely, it's just so much inevitability and so much sustain that I think it's pretty strong. Let's look at his summoner spell. Champion spell. Mordekaiser's Realm of Death. An ally starts a free attack challenging the strongest enemy. Kill all other units. Create a Mordekaiser in your deck. That is such a... I feel like it's a goofy card, but also has potential to be an absolute blowout. It's really... I feel like this card's going to specialize against decks that really want to go wide. And you just say, you know what? I'm going to play a big guy, and I'm going to wipe your entire board. So... this card, I think, has some potential to be really goofy in a lot of decks. And we have Shackled Guests, a 1-cost Shadow Isle follower. Last Breath. Oh, it's a 1/1, I should say that as well. The next time you revive an ally, create a copy of me in your hand. It's all right. It's card advantage, but I feel like I just don't think this card's very good. It doesn't do anything besides print extra copies of itself, and you really want an endless supply of 1-mana 1/1s that don't do anything. I don't think so. But I could be wrong, so just pointing that out there. Next we have Legion of the Severed. 3-mana Shadow Isle 4/2. Play, grant Deathless to an ally in hand. Can we see what exactly Deathless is? No. If I had to guess, I would say the first time it would die, it doesn't, and gets set back to full health, maybe? Yeah, I have no idea what... I wish I could see what Deathless did. Let me see if there's... I'm going to quickly scroll down and see if at the bottom it will explain the different keywords. Nope. Back up to the top we go. So we'll just have to guess what Deathless does exactly. So we have Lord Malat, 4-mana Noxian 5/2 with Deathless. So again, not quite sure what Deathless does. I assume it has something with preventing dying, but that's kind of to be expected with the name. Amalgamation of Vile Rites, 5-mana Shadow Isles 5/3. To play me, kill an ally, last breath, heal your Nexus 2. I actually kind of like this card because, one, it's, well, mostly the stat line's alright. 5/3s for 5 is actually kind of bad. But healing your Nexus for 2 allows you to stabilize, and in Shadow Isles, killing your own allies a lot of times will also grant you value. So this might seem like a 1-for-2 in a lot of situations with trading for 1 unit but you're losing 2. In reality, this will most likely be more of like a 2-for-2 or a 2-for-3. I think this card will be pretty good. Not meta-defining, but good. Playable, I should say. Lisa and Dolly. Play, curse an enemy with shackles. This almost looks like like a combination of, I don't know, it's like, it gives me Zoe vibes. I think it's just because the butterfly and the little orb. 3-mana Targon 2/2 2/3. Play, curse an enemy with shackles. Already said that. It's alright. It is a great control option, but it's able to lock down an enemy for 3 mana. And forcing them to the enemy to spend 2 mana to unlock it is pretty good. Why is there 3 of this guy? Ruby-Eyed Conjurer, play, grant Spell Shield or Overwhelm to an ally in hand. That's why there's 3. There's the Spell Shield version and the Overwhelm version. Yeah, it's alright. I think the Spell Shield option will be the more valuable one in most situations early. But late game, so I actually think this card's really strong. That is because early game you can give a value unit Spell Shield to protect them from interaction. And late game you can give your win condition Overwhelm if they don't already have it. So I think this card will have some potential to see play. Okay, here we go. We got ourselves the 3rd champion. I was waiting for this guy. Elder Dragon. 12-mana Runeterran champion with Fury, and he's a dragon, of course. Origin, aspect of the dragon, I cost 1 less for each different dragon boon you've played this game. Play every dragon boon on me. Don't know what a dragon boon is. Your allies have attacked with 75 total power. So these are the different dragon boons. You have +1/+1 in tough, deathless, aspect of the dragon. You may put any follower that costs 6+ into your deck during deck building. When you play a unit with 6+ base cost, pick 1 of 2 dragon boons and play on it. That is actually very strong. I was expecting the Runeterran this thing to be dragons specifically, but letting you play anything that costs 6 or more is very, very strong. I'm going to definitely try to build some Elder Dragon decks. And +1/+1 in Impact twice. +1/+1 in Fearsome. Heal your Nexus 2. I think this is probably the worst one, but still pretty good. Challenger. Ooh, that's nice. An Elder Dragon's Primordial Roar. Refill your mana to full. Draw all 6+ cost followers from the top 6 cards of your deck. Create an Elder Dragon in your deck. That's pretty strong. And the level 2. Did I say what? Jesus Christ. 12 mana Runeterran. 30/30. I cannot be stopped. In Fury. Yeah, this is such a goofy, just win more card, and I love it. I am going to build this card. I think as soon as the set drops, I'm going to want to build this guy, because he's just so cool. But yeah, let's keep going. Hopefully we get some more synergies for him. 4 mana Piltover. Yeah. Piltover's on round start. All players draw 1, then grant your opponent card fleeting. Okay, this is interesting. It's a little bit of symmetrical card draw, but your card draw is permanent. Theirs is temporary. So I think this could see play in like Teemo decks. Yeah, this could definitely see play in Teemo decks. Death Grasp Cultist. When I'm summoned or you summon a Titanic ally, curse the strongest enemy with terror. Okay, what does curse with terror do? Maybe we'll see that farther down. Ocean Drake. Oh boy, more dragons. When you play a fast spell, slow spell, or skill, heal your Nexus 1. Okay, I know I'm going to be saying I like a lot of these cards, but they're just new cards. So fun. 6 mana for a 3/5 elusive is already pretty good, I'd say. But the Nexus healing ability just gives you so much stability and just the ability to play a riskier early game with a more stable mid to late game. I genuinely think this card is going to be key to a lot of aggressive play styles. One second, I think I hear someone knocking on the door outside. I'll be right back. It was just my roommate. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about Ocean Drake. I think this card's gonna be really fun. I'm gonna play with it. Moving on. Dragon Allegiant. Don't know how to pronounce that. 2 mana Demacia 2/3. When I'm summoned, draw a dragon if you behold a dragon. That's pretty cool card draw for dragon decks. Demacia has a lot of dragon synergies, so yeah, it's fine. It's a basic 2-drop to give you a little bit of card advantage. Ooh, another dragon. Okay, please, my boy, stop playing with plastic. You don't need to do that. 6 mana Targon, Gentle Gem Dragon. It's a 6/5 with Fury. Whenever you play a fast, slow, or skill, other dragon allies get +1/+1. Okay, it's other dragon allies, so it doesn't buff itself, but if you had 2 of them, they could buff each other. This could see play, but also usually you want your dragons to help you win, and this win on their own. They want to be a dragon could be its own win condition for the most part, and this really doesn't do that. It feels too slow. It requires you to have another dragon, and with how expensive dragons usually be, you're investing at usually 10 to 12 mana to even get the setup to be able to use the ability, and then you have to use the mana for the spells to actually do anything. It just feels too slow to me. Elder Dragon, I already talked about this guy. Goofy as hell. I love him. He is the best of boys. 4 mana, Targon 3/3. When I'm summoned, heal your Nexus 2 and gain an extra mana gem next round. Ramping in Targon. Okay. I like this. This is an interesting card. I'm going to want to experiment with this to see if it's actually... This feels like a hard card to judge exactly because it'll give you 6 mana on round 5, but it's not permanent extra mana, it's just for that one round. So it could be good, it could be bad. It depends on the meta. 9 mana Ionia 9/9. Haisho Shell of the World. I do like the design. Little turtle man. Each round, the first card you play costs 9 less. Okay. That card's insane. Imagine just getting to play Elder Dragon on round 10 for 3 mana. Yeah, this card has potential to be absolutely game breaking, but also has the potential to do nothing. So yeah, fun. I wonder if the ability stacks. Like, can you have 2 heist shows and have your first spell each round cost 18 less? It'd be funny. Next we have Red Barbed Razor Mace. 4 mana Noxus 4/4 with Overwhelm. Nexus Strikes, curse your opponent with Ichor. Don't know what that does. I don't think it's going to... Oh, here it is. While I'm in hand, around start, deal 1 to your Nexus. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty strong. It gives you passive burn. The opponent has to spend mana to stop, and also takes up a spot in their hand. Yeah, I think the curses are going to be pretty strong, honestly. What was that other curse? Terror? Why is it not showing me? But I think Red Barb Razor Mage has the potential to be pretty strong, honestly. Curse of Ichor is pretty strong. It's a really hard tempo hit to your opponents, forcing them to spend 3 mana. Even especially at like round 5, where the most spell mana they have access to is potentially 8, and that's if they've saved all of their spell mana up to that point. If they have the max spell mana. And forcing them to spend almost a third of their total mana just to stop themselves from taking a damage every round. Feels pretty strong. My voice is starting to hurt. Next we have 2 mana Freljord 2/3 Dog. Yadulski Snow Dog. Attack, grant the top 2 allies of your deck +1/+1. Yeah, this card's good. It's like Omen Hawk, but instead of on summon, it's on attack. So, has potential to be very good. So next we have Tomb Raider Barbara. 3 mana Shrema 3/2. Each round, the first time another ally dies or last breath, create a Lucky Find in hand. Lucky Find sounds familiar. I don't remember what it does. Mage Seeker Inquisitor. 4 mana Demacia 3/2. Challenger and Tough. When I'm summoned, curse your opponent with Suppression. And Suppression is 2 mana. While I'm in your hand, you can't play spells other than Suppression. Oh. Oh my goodness. What triggers that again? How does he get to... When I'm summoned. Okay. If we get other ways to apply Suppression onto the opponent, then this card has potential to be very, very strong. Suppression seems to be the strongest curse, besides maybe Shackles. But Suppression is an obnoxious card to play against if you are a Spellslinger deck. When you play a card with cost equal to my power, grant me +1/+1. It's a 3 mana Bilgewater 1/3 Brash. Yeah, this card's kind of funny. I think it has potential to be kind of goofy. It'd be really... This is like definitely a build-around card for... I think... Who is it that calls them? Like content creator cards, where I don't think it's going to be very strong average play, but it's definitely something to make a video out of. It's pretty funny. Up next we have Blade Pierced Revenant, 3 mana Noxus 2/3 Deathless. When an ally is revived, grant it Challenger. Okay, again, synergizes with Mordekaiser pretty well, which makes sense. It looks like it belongs to Mordekaiser. Very straightforward. 3 mana Noxus 5/1. As an interesting stat line, Iron Legionary. Play, deal 3 to an ally to deal 3 to an enemy. Okay. Interesting. I'm not a big fan. What's a 3 mana 5/1? Yeah, I think it's all right. It's not great. It's maybe like a 1 or a 2 of in a deck as a way to pick off smaller units. We have Cloud Drake. Looks very different from the Cloud Drake in League of Legends. I like it. 6 mana Demacia Fury. When I'm summoned, reduce the cost of all allied units in hand by 1. Okay, that's pretty strong. Oh, I like that. That has potential. It's mana cheating, and mana cheating is some of the strongest things you can be doing. Atlas the Gallant. 7 mana Demacia, 7/6 Fury. Your dragon boons target all dragon allies. Okay. This guy is. He feels a lot like Ravun Daylight Spear for Daybreak decks, but for dragons. Yeah, he seems pretty strong. I think he will be pretty important to any dragon decks going forward. Mirai Reef Spire, 2 mana Bilgewater Landmark. Whenever you spend mana to play a unit, refill 1 spell mana. Ooh, I like that. Fizz is going to have so much fun with that card. Play Curse. So next I have Threshold of the Grey, 2 mana Shadow Isles, Landmark. Play Curse an enemy with Terror. Whenever you summon a Titanic ally, destroy me to draw 2 cards. Pretty strong. Still don't know what Terror does. Game refuses to tell me. Dark Binding, stun an enemy and curse it with shackles. We saw that with Morgana's spell. Black Shield. 2 mana Targon, burst, give an ally spell shield this round and curse it with shackles. That's interesting because like 2 mana burst spell shield is really strong, but it's really good a defensive option. But you can also use this offensively. Oh no, you can't. Let's give an ally, not give a unit. Yeah, it's fine. It's 2 mana burst spell shield, but you have to spend another 2 mana to remove the shackles. I like it. It's playable. It's not broken. We already saw that. Already saw Realm of the Dead. Death Grasp. 3 mana Shadow Isles fast. Kill an ally to deal 5 to a unit. Yeah, pretty good. Very Shadow Isles. We already saw Shackles. We finally get to see what Terror is. 2 mana. While I'm in your hand, the cursed unit has -3/-0. Pretty good. It stops them from. It's really good. It's alright. I think it might be the worst curse, but still, it's good. Ancient Malediction, 2 mana Shurima Burst, curse an enemy with terror. Yeah, it's pretty good. It reminds me of Exhaust, but doesn't have the weakness. What's one that lets you control how they block without challenger? I think it's weakness. My brain does not remember words. We've already covered Elder Dragon's Primordial Roar, Suppression, Ichor, Malefic Fettering. 2 mana Demacia Slow. Grant an ally +0/+2 and curse your opponent with Suppression. Okay, more suppression cards. This is insane. It's only being 2 mana is really, really good. But it being slow kind of hurts it a little bit. But stat boosting cards, well, specifically toughness boosting cards on slow cards. Okay, I'm going to reword that. Health boosting cards at slow speed are not very good usually, but adding suppression to it makes it so much better. Early Bird, 2 mana Bandle City Slow. Your opponent discards their highest cost card. Funny. Sugary Snare, 8 mana Bandle City Slow. Place an ally on the bottom of your deck to summon the top ally of your deck. Ooh. Okay. I could see this being played, but this has potential to be really strong. but you probably need to be predicting a lot to place specific cards at the top of your deck. So like I say, you predict a Volley Bear to the top of your deck, and you put a 1 cost on the bottom of your deck with this card and summon the Volley Bear. Or Elder Dragon. It has potential to be strong, but also has potential to do nothing, because it can summon a 1 cost. You want to make sure you're summoning at least units that cost 8 or more to make this card worth its mana investments. Actually, if you're using spell mana to cast this, 5 or more, but if you're using your regular mana exclusively, you want to be 8 or more. Sinner's Vice. 6 mana Targon, slow, curse an enemy with shackles, increase the cost of enemy curses everywhere by 1. Okay, this is the centerpiece of a lot of curse decks, I feel like, because it just really begins hurting your opponent's mana economy by just making it so their spells cost more, the curses cost more and more to get rid of. Imagine getting suppression down up to costing 5. That would be insane. Yeah, this card I feel like is definitely gonna be like a 1 or a 2 of in curse centric decks. 9 mana Ionia, Empyrean Dance, fast. Stop any fast spell, slow spell, or skill. Recall an enemy and summon the Empyrean. Don't know what the Empyrean is. Next we have Indestructible, 3 mana burst Noxus, grant an ally deathless. So that really does make me think it really just stops someone from dying for a turn. Mordekaiser's Death Realm we already saw. Aspect of the Dragon already saw. And then all the dragon boons. Morgana's leveled up attack trigger. Ooh, we got some skills. Oh, this is the deal 3 to an ally, deal 3 to an enemy. We have some equipment. 2 mana Freljord. 0/0 equipment. I have +1/+0 for each different subtype you've summoned in this game. That has potential to be strong. 3 mana Piltover. 0/0 equipment. Pick an allied follower, transform my bearer into an exact copy of it while I'm equipped. Again, it has potential to be... This one is only really as good as the units you have in play. But I think... Man, that is the last of the cards. I am genuinely very excited for the set. A lot of the cards look really fun, and yeah, I'm definitely going to want to build a curse deck, an Elder Dragon deck. Oop, I hit my microphone. Sorry about that. But yeah, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that nonsense, and until next time, adios.